YouTube, what's going on? NoLimitShawn here, bringing y'all part 2 to the unstoppable move. I'm gonna be bringing y'all crazy tips how to get better at Pro-Am, My Park, My Career, all that. If you haven't watched the first video, you have to watch the first video because it just ties in together with this. So if you haven't watched the first video, just click off this right now. Go to that description, watch the first video. It got like 2,000 views. People fuck with it. So watch the video. That's basically just showing y'all a couple cool moves. But this is gonna be a combo. I'm gonna be showing y'all some combos. A combo move that's pretty crazy on the left and right side. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you got that jump shot 22, 70, or lamarcus aldridge, whichever one fits. lamarcus aldridge 22 or 70. I had 22, so I would suggest that. But if you want to use 70 or lamarcus aldridge, that's cool. I already explained this in the last video. I'm just gonna briefly go over it. You know, for the signature styles, make sure you have hesitation 3. And if you will know why you have to have hesitation 3 if you watch my last video. Watch the first video. I'm telling you, watch the first video if you haven't watched it. And for the size up in and outs, you want to have Kyrie, the size up cross, Curry, and the size up escape, Kyrie. Boom. Now, I'm going to be breaking this down in a few parts, and please don't get lost. If you don't understand it, just rewind it. I'm going to be trying to show y'all that in different parts. Boom. So basically, if you want to do the size up to the right side, hold down the turbo and flick the right stick to the right. Pretty easy, right? It's easy. Boom. Show you it again. The ball's on your right side. You want to hold down the turbo, flick the right stick to your right. Nice, easy size up. Show you that one more time. The ball's on your right hand. You want to hold down the turbo and flick the right stick to your right. Easy. That's how you do it to the right, and it's the same thing for the left, but it's the opposite. You just, if you want to do the size up to the left, hold down the turbo and flick the right stick to the left now. So remember, if the ball's in your left hand, you want to hold down the turbo, flick the right stick to the left. If the ball's in your right hand, you want to hold down the turbo and flick the right stick to the right. Pretty easy. Now I'm gonna put the second part to the. Now I'm gonna show y'all two options y'all can do. It's basically now you just shooting from it now. So let's say I'm on my right side. Hold down the turbo, flick the right stick to the right. Wait till it's done. Pull up. Excellent. That mid range is money. Is gonna go in every fucking time almost. If you're on your left side, hold down the turbo, flick the right stick to the left. Little size up. Pull up. Excellent. Boom. So that again. The ball's on your right side. Pretty easy. Hold down the turbo. Flick the right stick to the right. Pull up. Missed that time, but you get the point. The ball's on your left hand. Hold down the turbo. Flick the right stick to your left. Wait till it's finished. Pull up. Now it's the second. Now that's the first option. The second option is actually finishing the move, and I'm gonna show you how to really finish it. So I'm gonna show you how it look on both sides, and then I'm gonna show you what you have to do to finish it. Hold down the turbo if you got the ball in your right hand. Hold down the turbo, flick the right stick to the right, and just before the ball goes to, okay. So basically, how to finish it. I'm gonna show you I'm gonna show you it, and then I'm gonna explain how to do it. See how I finished it and dribbled all the way and I'm saying created that space. I'm gonna show you that again. Did it, and you see how I dribbled. That's really getting away. Think about how far you were getting away from your defender by doing that. Look, boom. Mid range, that's gonna be automatic. Now I'm gonna show y'all how to do that. Now you're doing the size up just how you normally would do it. Hold down the turbo, flick the right stick to the right, and you know when you do the size up, the ball goes to your left hand and then it comes back to your right. So just before it gets back to your right, you want to hold the left analog stick diagonal. All right. Okay. So you're doing a size up, boom. Doing a size up, it's easy. Hold down the turbo, flick the right stick to the right. Now if you want to do the cross at the end, I'm about to do it again. See how I crossed over with it, and created that space, if you want to do that move, just before the ball, okay, you see how the ball coming, you see how the ball comes, okay, see how the ball's coming back to your right hand. Just before the ball hits your right hand, you have to move the left analog diagonal, but towards the right. So like kind of like northeast, kind of like. So I'm gonna be showing y'all. So you would just hold the turbo, flick the right stick, and just before the ball hits the right hand, you would hold the left stick like northeast, like diagonal towards the right. Diagonal towards the right. And it's the opposite for the left. If you want to finish it with the left, you would hold down the left. I'm saying you would hold down the turbo, flick the right stick to the left, and flick it diagonal towards the left. The left stick towards the left before you finish the move. All right, so I'm gonna just go over it again. I know it sounds confusing. Okay, so basically I'm gonna go over it again. It's easy. The size up. If you got the ball in your left hand, you want to hold the turbo, flick the right stick to your left. That's how you do it to the left side. If the ball's on your right hand and you want to do it to the right side, hold down the turbo, flip the right stick to the right. We already established that. And then to shoot off it, it's the same thing. You just shoot. If you want to do it to the right side, hold the turbo, flick the right stick to the right, pull up. Excellent. If you want to do it, if you want to do the left size up to the jump shot, hold down the turbo, flick the right stick to the left, wait till it's finished, pull up. Now, if you want to create that space, this is the most tricky part. Just pay attention to what I'm saying. When you do the size up, it's just how you do it, like how I just showed y'all. When you're doing the size up, you hold it like I got the ball right now in my right hand. You're doing the size up, and the size up, you're going to the size up. You do it. You dribble to your left, like it's making you. The size up is making you dribble to your left, and then you're going back to your right. So when you're in the size up animation, just before the ball switches to your right hand, you want to move the left stick diagonal. so just try to do that. Okay. So now if you on your right side, hold down the turbo, flick the right stick to the right, and just before the ball goes back to the right, hold the left stick diagonal towards the right, like northeast. So I'm gonna show you that one more time. Hold down the turbo, flick the right stick to the right, and just before the ball hits back to the right, hold down the left stick diagonal towards the right. It's hard to explain. You get what I'm trying to say though. Like it's simple. You know what I'm saying? The left stick. Just picture the left stick. If you're doing the diagonal, it's going diagonal to the right. So it's like northeast, and then put the left stick diagonal to the left. Is like south, whatever. It's like southeast or whatever, like southwest. So it's like southwest, like northeast. So yeah, so it's like, all right. So hold down the right stick. You flicking the right stick. Hold down turbo. If the ball's in your right hand, hold down turbo. Flick the right stick to the right, and before you finish the move, you just moving the left stick diagonal towards the right. So boom. See the ball. See how the ball at the end, like just before the ball. All right. See, just before the move is done, the ball goes back to your right hand. Before the move finishes, you want to move the left stick diagonal towards the right. And on the left side, if you want to do the size up, same shit. Hold down the turbo, flick the right stick to the left, and just before the ball comes back to your left, you want to move the left stick diagonal towards the left. It's very simple. So I'm gonna show y'all that. Boom. Just before the ball switches, and you see how you can just pull up after that. Easy. All right, so I'm gonna try to explain that again. I'm sorry if I lost y'all. It's hard. It's hard to really explain how to do the dribble moves because I already know how to do them. But it's hard explaining it to make somebody understand. But I'm gonna go over it again. I'm gonna try to go over it one more time. Okay, we established the size up. Hold down the right trigger. Put the right stick to the right. Boom. We established that. If you're on your right side, if the ball's on your right hand, hold down the turbo, flick the right stick to the right. If the ball's in your left hand, hold down the turbo, flick the right stick to the left. We already established that. We already established if you want to shoot, all you would do is just, if the ball's in your right hand already, hold down the turbo, flick the right stick to the right, wait till the move is finished, pull up, mid-range. If the ball's in your left hand, same thing, but you just flick the right stick to your left, boom, pull up, and just shoot when the move is finished. Now, if you want to do it to create that extra space, if you're on your right side, hold down the turbo, flick the right stick like you would normally do, and then before the ball comes back, before the move finishes, you move the left stick towards the right, like diagonal towards the right. So I'm just show y'all that. Boom. You see how I did that? See that? Like, you see how I finished it? Boom. That's a nice move you can do. You can pull up after that. So hold down the right trigger, flick the right stick to the right. Just before the ball comes before the ball comes back to my right hand, I'm moving the left analog stick diagonal. Very simple move. So I'm just basically just finishing the move. See how I did that? And I can just pull up right after that. So boom. Pull up. Bang. So you're holding the right. So you're holding the turbo. You're doing a size up. So you're holding the turbo. You're flicking the right stick to the right. And just before the move finishes, like when the ball's in your left hand coming to your right, you holding the left stick diagonal towards the right. And it's this opposite and it's the same thing for the left side. So if you're left-handed, if the ball's on your left hand, you're holding on the turbo, you flicking the right stick to the left, and just before the ball comes back to your left, you're putting the left stick diagonal towards the left. So boom. See how I did that? And then you can just pull out right after that. So there's boom, pull up. Very simple. Easy. So remember, if the ball's on your right hand, the ball's on your right side, hold down the turbo, flick the right stick to the right. Just before the ball comes back to your right, you want to hold the left stick diagonal towards the right. And if you're on your left side, you want to hold down the turbo, flick the right stick to your left. And just before the ball get back to your left, you want to hold the left stick diagonal towards your left. So I hope I explained that well. I'm going to show y'all that again. The basic again. Holding the right stick. That's how you basically do it. Hold the turbo down. If you want to go, if the ball's on your right side, you want to hold the turbo down, flick the right stick, do the right size up. If the ball's in your left hand, hold down the turbo, flick the right stick to your left, do the left size up. If you want to pull up, same thing. Just pull up for the shot right after the move on either hand. And I hope I explained and how to finish the crossover. I hope I explained that well. If the ball's in your right hand, you want to hold down the turbo, flick the right stick to the right, and before the move finishes, you want to move the left analog diagonal towards the right. If the ball's in your right hand, and if you want to finish the move on your left, you want to hold down the turbo, flick the right stick to the left, and before the move finishes, you want to move the analog diagonal to your left. So I hope that made sense and I explained that well. So I'm just gonna see how that looks at the end. Boom, doing that. See, basically it's a nice little move. You can fake your defender out. Boom, hitting him with the move. See how that's creating space. Boom. See how that's creating space. Boom. You moving the left. Make sure you're moving the whatever when you finish before the move finishes. You're moving the left stick diagonal to whatever hand you started with. So if you started on your right hand, you're moving the left stick towards your right. If you started on your left side, you're moving the left stick diagonal towards the left. I know it's tricky, but just rewind it if you don't understand it. It's tricky. It's tricky. It's gonna take you a while to get it, but that's a good move to do. Make sure you, I'm saying, shoot them mid ranges. It's real easy. Mid ranges is almost automatic. Almost automatic on here. They go in pretty much every single time. It's just a little tutorial on the size up. Those are two good size up moves, and I'm giving you options for each, for the right side and the left side. I went over it. Leave in the comments. I know y'all gonna have questions because it's gonna be tricky to get. I know y'all gonna have questions, so feel free to drop a comment if you didn't understand something and I explain it to you. Or next time I might just show my fingers, like I might record my what I'm doing with my fingers. That might help, so I might do that next time. But hopefully y'all can understand that. So that size, make sure you do them size ups. Shoot off the size up, or if you want to do the finishing move, I hope I explained that well. I tried to explain it the best way I could. Bear with me, so don't go crazy on me in the comments. If you got a question, you know what I'm saying, just leave a comment and I'll respond back. You know what I'm saying, so them size ups is pretty good to do. You know what I'm saying, make sure you're hitting the mid ranges. Like it's money. Like mid ranges almost like damn near layups on here. You feel me? And just keep subscribing, keep fucking with me. This is part 2. That was just, size ups. Part 3, I don't know what I'm gonna do next. Just gonna try to think of some good moves to really help y'all, score and shit. But that size up is definitely a good move to do. And if you watch the first video, you can mix up the step back with the size up. You know what I'm saying? Or you can just use moves that you already know how to do and shit. But NoLimitShawn, I'm out. This video is long as shit. I hope I explained that well. I tried my best. I'm out, man. Let's get it.